They weren't demons, they were goddesses, guardians, and creators, but history flipped their stories, of course. Powerful women from ancient myths turned into monsters, temptresses, or warnings. So let's talk about 7 divine feminine beings who were erased, rewritten, or demonized, starting with Lilith. Lilith's name doesn't appear in the Bible's Genesis story at all, or at least not in the mainstream version. But in older Hebrew texts, Lilith is described as Adam's first wife, created at the same time and from the same earth. Unlike Eve, who was made from Adam's rib, Lilith was his equal, but Lilith refused to be subservient to Adam, especially sexually. When he demanded dominance, she said no, and she left the Garden of Eden by her own choice. She even spoke the sacred name of God to escape. She wasn't a cast out, she left. She chose exile over submission. In older Hebrew texts, she was a symbol of feminine power and independence, but over time, she was rewritten into a demon, one who seduces men in their sleep, babies, and haunts the night. They turned her rebellion into a curse. But really, Lilith was just a woman who said no, one of the first to claim her own authority, and that made her dangerous to a world that's built on control. So what is she known for today? Seduction, stillbirths, lust, and chaos. And baby, this is now her legacy. Number 2 is Eve. So we're told that Eve ruined everything. She ate the fruit, disobeyed God, and dragged humanity into sin. But look closer. Eve didn't fall. She chose knowledge, awareness, consciousness. And because of that, she became the scapegoat for all of humanity's suffering. But maybe the real sin wasn't the fruit, it was thinking for herself. Eve represents one of the first awakenings, and just like Lilith, her story was flipped to keep women quiet, obedient, and ashamed of their curiosity. At number 3, we've got Mami Water. So Mami Water is a water spirit from African spirituality. She's powerful, seductive, beautiful. She brings wealth, healing, fertility. She's divine. But when colonial missionaries came, they twisted her image, called her a demon, a dangerous spirit, and told people she was evil. Why? Because she couldn't be controlled. She represented a different type of power, one rooted in the feminine, the fluid, the intuitive. She was feared not because she harmed, but because she was empowered. So actually, I'm going to finish this off in the second part, so stay tuned for part 2.